Good morning children. So today we are going to be discuss about lesson number 8, food for plants and animals. Okay, so let me give a small review about this lesson. In this lesson about the food for plants and animals, we will discuss about how the food prepared by the plants and what will be known as photosynthesis, and about the food chain, and even the plants also, as they were prepare in the food through the photosynthesis, and some of the plants are there which are animal eaters also. Okay, so interesting facts about those kind of plants and about the different kinds of animals depending on their food habits. They divided into different categories. One is the herbivores, carnivores and omnivores. So what are those, and about scavengers also, and apart from these about the food chain we will discuss, and after the food chain how it will be related to the animals and plants, and at last what is the responsibility of human beings to make this ecosystem in a balanced mode. That is the conclusion of the lesson. Okay, so everyone open your lesson number 8, EVS lesson number 8 about the food for the plants and animals. So here in the textbook page number 128, in textbook page number 128 they gave this all the information. So about the photosynthesis is there. So you know that food is very essential for everyone, isn't it? Not only for the human beings, for the plants and animals, for everyone the food is very important, because if you had the food, then only you will be get the energy, you will be get the strength, and you will be use that energy and strength for the surviving purpose, and you will be have the good health growing also. Okay, and we will be having so many different kinds of food based on the nature. Okay, atmosphere also one of the responsible to have this many different kinds of plants and the different kinds of products, plant products in our surroundings. Okay, now food for plants. How the plants will prepare the food? Actually, green leaves. In 4th class only we discussed that the plants in leaves they'll prepare the food. Okay, in the leaves, the green color leaves, they will be having the green color leaves. The food will be prepared. Okay, and the process the food is prepared in the plants is known as photosynthesis. For the photosynthesis, the plants are used sunrises, okay, sun rays, and next one will be the sugar and oxygen, water and the minerals which are available in the soil. So these are very essential things. What are the children? Sun energy, water, carbohydrates, sugar and oxygen. So where did the plant will prepare their food? In the leaves, because in leaves the chlorophyll form will be, and that will be useful for the making of the food for the plants. Okay, and through the leaves the food will be carried to the stem, and the stem will be supplied to the entire the tree. So the chlorophyll which is given, which will be in the green color in the leaves, it will be traps the sunlight, and thus the plants use water and carbon dioxide to make their food. After making the food, it means carbon dioxide from there where it will be absorbed in the atmosphere itself, the surroundings only. See, for example, when we are inhaling and exhaling, when we are inhaling we will be take oxygen inside, and when we are exhaling we will reveals the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. So this carbon dioxide which is mixed in the air, that carbon dioxide will be absorbed by the plants. Okay, and who will be absorbed? This means in the green color leaves, the chlorophyll form will be, and this chlorophyll will absorb the carbon dioxide as well as sunlight. These two will be observed, and from the soil the roots will be observed the water and the nutrients. The plants that contain chlorophyll only can make their food. It means the leaves which are in the brown color or dry leaves, that will not be prepared the food, because in chlorophyll will not be present in those leaves. So plants are called producers. What the plants will be called, children? Producers or autotrophs. Producers or autotrophs. Plants are producers. It means without depending on others. Without depending on others, they are preparing their own food. They are manufacturing their own food. So because of that, these will be known as the producers, or in one more word it will be known as autotrophs. Autotrophs. In one more word, it will be known like this. And a cactus does not have leaves, but so the food is prepared in these stems. And mushroom also, it is not in a green color plant, but it does not make food. It feeds on dead and decaying matters. And now next one will be the insectivorous plants. Insectivorous plants. In plants only one more category, children, insectivorous plants. What are those? Means these plants will eat the insects. The plants which eat the insects will be called as an insectivorous plants. Some plants eat insects and these are called insectivore plants, and they are green plants but grown in soil which is poor in nutrition. To fulfill the nitrogen requirements, they trap and eat the insect. And few examples of insectivorous plants are the Venus flytrap. Repeat everyone. Venus flytrap, the sundew plant, and the pitcher plant. These three plants will eat the insects. So in textbook page number 129, you can see the plants how they are eating the insects. And here they gave about the example of Venus flytrap. Actually, it has a long pointed hairs on its leaves that are sensitive to touch. So as an insect sits on the leaves shut, trapping the insect, and glands are present in the upper surface of the leaves, and that secret digestive juices to digest the insect. And pitcher plant, it also has the leaves having the shape of pitcher, and an insect sits on the pitcher, its lid closed, and the insect gets drawn in the digestive fluid present in the pitcher. Like that, these two plants will be the insects. And one more one is about the food for animals. Actually, the animals will be known as consumers. Why it will be known as consumers means these are utilize the food which are made by the plants. These are dependables. Okay, here the plants are prepare their own food by themselves, but here animals, they are depending on the plants. So the animals will be known as consumers or heterotrophs. Okay, consumers or heterotrophs. Next, as we already learned that animals are classified into different categories. What are those, children? First one will be the herbivores. Okay, first one herbivores. Second one carnivores. And third one will be the omnivores. And fourth one will be the scavengers. Okay, these are the four different categories of the animals. Animals are divided into four different categories. Herbivores. Herbivores are the animals which eat only plants, plant eaters. Plant eaters will become under the herbivores, like a cow, goat, and next one will be the horse, buffaloes. Okay, these all will be comes under the plant eaters. So herbivores, the animals which eat only plants will be known as herbivores. And second one will be these herbivores will be comes under the primary sector consumers. These will be comes under the primary consumers. Okay, they are depending on the plants. And second one will be the carnivores. Carnivores will be the animals which eat only flesh of the animals. Okay, meat of the animals. So these carnivores will be known as secondary consumers. Okay, the carnivores will be called as secondary consumers because these carnivores are depending on the herbivores. Okay, and third one will be the omnivores. Omnivores means these are the animals which depend on herbivores and carnivores. It means plants and animal eaters. Here carnivores only flesh eaters. Okay, flesh eaters. And here omnivores, plants and flesh eaters. Okay, plant and flesh eaters. And scavengers will eat only dead body of the plants, or dead body of the animals. Okay, dead body of the animals will be eaten by the scavengers. So in the examples of herbivores, here they gave about the cow, deer, buffaloes, goat, etc. And the carnivores are lions, tiger, cheetah, foxes, leopards and wolves. These all will be comes in the carnivores. And next one is about the omnivores. An example for the omnivores are human beings, crows and cockroaches. This all will be comes under the omnivores. And scavengers. Scavengers means these animals that eat flesh of dead animals, and the best example for scavengers are jackals, hyenas and vultures. Okay, and next last one more word, category also is there, that will be comes under the decomposers, and they feed leftover flesh what is ate by these scavengers. And after completing this all, one more category is there, that will be known as parasites. And what are these parasites means? The small insect like mosquitoes will be known. So those will be known as the parasites. A parasite is an organism that lives in or on a host organism, and it takes all its nourishments from the host. And sometimes the host is harmed by the parasite. Sometimes the relationship is neutral. Mosquitoes, leeches, roundworms, hookworms, lice and ticks are some of the parasites. Now about the food chain. Actually, the functions of the natural living organisms interact with each other, and the surrounding everyone, physical environment will be depend on each other. This will be known as an ecosystem. The functioning of the nature around our surroundings and supporting each other will be known as an ecosystem. And all living beings depend on this ecosystem, and they will be giving the support for this ecosystem. And not only that, here we are getting energy will not be get only from few of the things. Energy will get from all will be created, and next it can be passed from one organism to the another organism. And sun is the source of energy on the earth. So from the sun we are getting so much of energy. The plants, animals, human beings, everyone are depending on the sun's energy itself. So here the food chain shows that the sun energy is the most important source for the food chain, isn't it? Why? Because here on the plants the animals are depending. Okay, and it means the plant eaters and animals are so many, and animals, some of the animals are depending. This will be depending on the food items will be it will be become like a one chain. So it means the plants will be ate by the these animals, omnivores. Omnivores will be the food for the carnivores, and omnivores and carnivores are the food for the omnivores. And after that of the omnivores, those are the food for the scavengers. And if the scavengers also died, the decaying animals will make entire the body of the or flesh of the remaining body. That all it will be these insects, these worms make the body have to mix in the soil. So like that, again from the soil, the energy is absorbing from the plant. So like that, again plants are giving the energy to the animals. Like that, this food chain will be continued. For example, you can see this food chain in the textbook page number 132 children. Here you can see that here water plants are there. Okay, water plants, and the water plants are the food for fish. Okay, and these small fishes, they depend on the water plants. These are then here you can say that the fish is primary, the small fish is primary consumers, and eating the small fish, the big fish will be live. So these will be known as an secondary consumers. Okay, and here the plants are water plants are producers. Okay, and next second category also, if you see, the plants are the grass is there. Grass is the producers, and eating the grasshoppers will live. And grasshopper are the food for frogs, and frogs are the food for snakes, and snakes are the food for eagle. Like that, one another it is depending for the food. And even one more category if you will take here, the grass will be, grass is the food for deer, and deer is the food for lion. So this chain will be called as an food chain, and this will be continued. Okay, and next, food web. A network of many food chains is called a food web. Consumers are not depend only on one type of food. They can eat variety of foods. So a deer may eat plants or grass. A tiger may eat a deer, goat or rabbit. Plants are eaten by cows, deer, goats. This results in the interlinking of various food chains and formation of a food web. And next one is about the balance in nature. So in nature, there must be a balance among the producers, consumers and decomposers. And if there are no secondary consumers, if there are no primary consumers, we can't imagine the world. If there are no any scavengers, even though what will be happen, more dead bodies will be laid like that only. Okay, so we can't imagine. So plants and even human beings also will suffer for this. So hence a balance is needed, and we must all help to keep and maintain the balance in nature. So once again, read this lesson from the textbook, children. After reading this lesson from the textbook, in the page number 135, section 2, section 3 and section 4, these all 4 sections have to complete in the textbook itself, and draw a food chain is their activity zone. So that one, and collect the pictures of different types of animals and plants and paste them in your notebook, and you can to form a food web that contains at least 3 food chains. Okay, like this you have to make the activity or do the activity also. And this is the lesson about the food that will be considered for the food for the animals and the plants. Okay, once again read, children, and complete the objectives, and in the next class we will continue the classwork as well as the notebook also.